Well, we're rolling. Shave Trip Shack, Football in Focus. We had a good crowd in Dennis, and the crowd had to step away.
Right.
But it's still a good night to be at Shane's.
Absolutely.
Great food, man. I tell you what, great food.
It was so good I had to stop in on here on the weekend.
Yeah, bring that back up on your phone again there, too. Mr. Holloman, Worth Holloman passing away, and he was just here last year, almost 6 months ago he was the chairman of last year's Hayco Invitational Basketball Tournament. That's crazy. I mean, I feel like every day somebody's going to pass away.
Yeah.
It's just crazy stuff.
Yeah, you're right. And, ever since I've met you, you always leave me with the same saying, live this day as your last, because you never know.
You better go get it. You better go get it. That's right.
Always make the best of this day because we never know. And like you said, he was a guest on your show, and one of the faces.
He was a good one too, because he came in. He didn't come in. He was an attorney. He didn't come in dressed like an attorney. He kind of came in, kind of laid back dressed. He was going to a Christmas party that night after he left here. Had some different attorneys and friends get together for a party that night, Christmas party. But man, he was a great guy. He came out of down around Hillsboro, Orange, around Pittsburgh. Down around Pittsburgh, it's Pittsburgh area. He was a Pittsburgh man down around Northwood High School. He may have gone to Northwood back in the early days of Northwood, but just a great guy and a great leader in the community too.
Yeah,
he put a lot of time in for that Hayco tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. He would be certainly missed.
I don't know how these people are leaving us like this. It's just going crazy, man. People are leaving right and left.
And matter of fact, right before I came on the air, I just clicked on, and I figured you didn't know it. Because,
where did you see that? What was it coming at? What site?
It's on Facebook.
Facebook. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Don and I, doing this show, we always go on and do messages and different things, and I ran across that. Matter of fact, it was posted up, I think, by the council, by the Greensboro
Sports Council. Yeah. Big part of this stuff.
Yeah.
What I've been doing all week, I've been watching, and I won't dwell on this too long, just kind of interesting, kind of crazy stuff. I've been watching World Class Championship Wrestling, a video about the history of their organization. They talk about the Von Erich brothers. You had David, you had Kerry, you had Kevin, you had Mike, you had Chris, you had the dad Fritz Von Erich, they all really last name was Adkins. Adkins founded that wrestling promotion in Texas. And it's just interesting looking back at every one of those kids either died or committed suicide other than Kevin. Kevin was the only one that stayed around. And as he was still alive late in his he was still young, but his dad was getting late in life. And the dad, Fritz, he was like the patriarch of that. He was a mean dad, rough dad. So Fritz is starting to lose his mind at the end. He's there with Kevin, only kid left out of that family. The other guys all committed suicide or died. Fritz has got a gun on Kevin. He's got a gun, 44 points in his head. Said, "You're a chicken. You're afraid to commit suicide like your brothers did. I'm going to kill you." It was just how crazy that was. I mean, all these different sports families and crazy things over the years, but Fritz is going to shoot Kevin in the head because he wouldn't commit suicide like his brothers did, and Kevin's the only one with enough guts to stick around and not go out like that. It's just crazy stuff.
It really is.
Crazy stuff.
Can that be generational curse? Could it be the pressure of riches? You never know. You never know what would cause one to take themselves
I think it's dementia.
out.
And dementia's going crazy. I'm reading about a lot of these athletes these wrestlers got kicked in the head. You see it on TV, you think a lot of it's fake. A lot of these guys actually got kicked in the head, and for real. And some of these guys, 25, 30 concussions, they're losing it now. I'm glad now maybe I didn't play more football than I did as a kid, because I got hit in the head enough times anyway. I told you about the deal last week. We were talking about the kids down in Texas where they hit that referee, and I told you when I first saw it, I said, I'd never seen that like that before in my life. I didn't talk too much about it with the kids. I didn't want them to run out here, get out of the street and say, this guy's crazy. But I saw that on TV when the two kids went out to the referee. I thought I'd never seen it before in my life. I thought, wait a minute, I did that one time. Right. But I was on the offensive side of the ball and just got bored in the game, and I told the guy beside me, and all of a sudden, I'm going to catch my man. I'm going to come off him. I'm going to get the referee and put a block on him too. He goes, you're crazy. I said, wait and see. And then I went for that referee that game on the offensive block and went down low, and he had his legs like brick walls. He pushed me to the ground. He saw me on the way there. He knew he headed it off at the pass. But just kind of crazy. A lot of the crazy things we're seeing in sports these days.
Yeah,
it's just crazy, man.
Right.
Crazy.
And you wonder what made kids do that to the officials. It's sad. It's real sad to the sport.
But those guys, blind side, backside, don't see you can have your leg taken off.
Yeah, I mean, the official's the most innocent person on the field. They're there almost like a judge in a courtroom to keep the order and to pass out the sentences when there is needed. That is terrible. Those two guys shouldn't be able to play the sport again. Just my opinion.
Banned for life.
Yeah, banned. Because, the officials are helpless, defenseless. they didn't deserve that. You
Yeah.
know, that's just like going up in the stands and just tackling.
Well, I tell you what
people in the
happened that
stands.
season when I was in that after the official. I'm gonna make a long story short. Was kind of playing a low time in, but that same it was like my 9th grade year in high school playing JV football. It's one of the craziest things happened. I mean, I went after the official went scored a touchdown that same season down in Siler City at Jordan Matthews. I told you about the night of rain. We're all fighting for that ball in the end zone. I blocked the kick and then recovered. I told Coach Slayton about that. I didn't tell you. Recovered that phone in the end zone. Got a touchdown. It was a line. We never get that. Didn't have that year. Went to the official that year. I was going to Sunday. We had one week we got rained out against East Davidson, so the game was on Thursday. JV's like Thursday. We got postponed the following Monday. That Sunday afternoon for the Monday, I'm riding down the road. The guys came by and said, "We're going to play some pickup football." I said, "Well, you know, we shouldn't be playing on Sunday before the Monday game." I'll play, yeah. Crazy, that don't make any sense. So we're traveling on a horse. We're riding horseback to the football game. No saddle. Right down the road, no saddle. Well, he had a hard ride, that horse. I come off the horse, I hit the road. My arm, broke my arm. My season was over. Lost my season. That's just a crazy year. Crazy things happen in bunches like that.
Right.
But I was done. But I went to the East Davidson game that same night. We were supposed to play Thursday, played Monday. I went on to the game with the team. They took me to the game. I'm injured. You're going to take me. I'll give me a chance. The guy said, "I need some help up in the press box identifying these players during the game." I said, "Yeah, I'll help you out." So I got up in the press box during the game myself, spotting for this visiting PA announcer. This gentleman from East State, he didn't know any better. He said, "How about helping me out on your guys? I don't know who these guys. Give me these tackles." I said, "Okay." So we got in the game. He goes, "Who made that?" I said, "That was Durham on the tackle." Okay, Durham. I'm in the press box. Next thing you know, the coach is making a tackle. The bus driver. I had the cheerleaders. It was crazy. That was just a crazy year, Dennis. I'm making tackles in the game. I'm sitting in the press box beside the PA guy. I started giving them the cheerleaders' names, the coach's name. It was unreal. And these are true stories. I couldn't make this crazy stuff up. But that was just a crazy year there.
Yeah.
Settle down some the next year.
Right. Yeah, you had to.
Yeah, I got to the varsity team. Yeah, I should have been the varsity freshman year, but I got like crazy trouble. But that was in that press box, spotting for that PA announcer from East Davidson, giving him. It was just. What about you this year? Let's get back to serious side. What are some teams that have impressed you so far this year? I know we got Page. I know we got as well Dudley. We've only got 2 unbeaten teams left.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Yeah. And I think I'm most impressed with the Page Pirates. They just came out of nowhere back to the top. Page really surprised me based on the quarterback and the running back. But now we knew Overton was going to be the top receiver.
And he's becoming a good defender.
He's becoming a good
Intercepted
defender.
the pass for a touchdown last week.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know they had a good secondary coming back level, and we knew they had some defensive players coming back. But I'm more surprised at Page Pirates than anybody. When they beat Northern, that's when I knew Page.
They're going to be an
was for
interesting team, too, because they got Rags tomorrow night at Rags. They go to Jamestown tomorrow night. That's definitely what they need to go out and win that game because they played well. They should be favored going in. The quarterback, Will Jones, left last week's game injured. He's back tomorrow night. He's already back. He's not gone. He's not gone. He's back. The running back, Javon Leak, I think, is out tomorrow night. He's not going to miss a long time. He's going to miss maybe a game or two. But after tomorrow night's game against Rags, so they got to go play against Reagan. Then they got to play East Forsyth. They've got 2 big ones coming up.
Yeah, you're absolutely.
Large ones, man, large.
And then right in that, a couple of weeks right after that, they used to play Dudley around the 8th game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right. So they really have their work cut out for them.
So they're impressive to you. Dudley's impressive to you. We got a couple other teams, Western Guilford so far, and Northeast Guilford with first-year coaches. Those guys haven't won yet.
Yeah,
it's kind of 2 guys that have not lost a game. Then we only got 2 that haven't won a game.
And when you look at the new coaches, when they first get there, it's always that way. And when you look at Southwest, it took Coach Rainey a while to build that program up.
Yeah.
He started winning. Coach Kilpatrick over at Smith, he started winning. And with Eastern, Coach Robinson came in with a luxury team. He is probably the only coach in years inherit a good ball club.
And the good thing about Coach Robertson, he's staying with that team. He's back for either second or third year. It's like anything. I thought about this in sports today. When I say the Dallas Cowboys, who do you think? What quarterback do you think of?
Roger Staubach.
And maybe another one too.
Troy Aikman.
Yeah, see, and I say Washington Redskins, who do you think of?
I think about Joe
Theismann?
Theismann.
Yeah, and you think about if you get a coach that stays with a team a long time, that's a good thing.
Right.
You get a quarterback that stays with a team a good while, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
If you get those same people back there running the show for a good while, like James Summers at Page, he had 3 years starting varsity, that's a good thing. You want the same man back there, get those same people in the same place, and not have to keep changing things around.
Yeah,
then you have success.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. When you look at Northern was able to get those guys in from freshman year all the way to senior
And they had a bunch of different quarterbacks. So they had basically the same running backs the whole way. They had C.J. Freeman, who they have now. They had T.J. Logan. They had pretty much the same feature running back.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you labeled them as the face of the franchise.
That's right.
When you have the face of the franchise, you'll be able to play in December. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Those guys can lead you to December.
And if you get a guy like a Cam Newton takes to that Panthers team, they're expecting the same thing now out of him.
Yeah.
They're not expecting to change quarterbacks. They want that same guy back there for the long term.
Right.
Long term.
And when you look at Northeast, that program.
And they've got a guy there now, this Gerald Simpson's a sophomore. If he can settle in quarterback, this team can have success in the next few years because they've got a 3-year quarterback back there now.
You're right. You're absolutely right. So it's going to take time for these programs.
It's just like Hooker at Dudley. Hooker came in there as a sophomore. Now this is his junior year. He'll be a senior. You get him as a 3-year quarterback, Dudley should be able to roll.
Dudley need that stability as a quarterback. And not only that, you and I found out Coach McMillan over at Ragsdale inserted a kid into the lineup, the missing piece that possible can get you to December because you're going to need that. I'll tell you another team that I'm very, very impressed with, that have really impressed me this year, Southeast Gifford.
Right.
I thought they was going to lose a lot, but they, for some reason...
They get those running backs back there, and they keep the same guys running. They just keep running running all down the road. Yeah,
you're right. And the other team that I was disappointed in, and now they showed me something on last Friday, Northern Nighthawks.
Yeah.
I didn't think Northern. I thought this was going to be another year. CJ.
There was a big difference in that Northern team between the first week and the second week. Tell you what, there was a big difference in that Northern Guilford team between the first half and the second half. How about
Absolutely.
that? Yeah.
You're right on it because it's almost like they came out the locker room. And we know that, it didn't happen.
And
they brought a totally different team. Like they brought a totally different team. And they had a good
game plan because it wasn't only C.J. Freeman, it was also Miles Timmons. They ran that quarterback. His tongue was dragging the ground. They utilized both those kids' talents.
And I talked about it in the pregame, and you certainly concurred. Johnny Roscoe have a way of putting a team on the field, putting plays in when the clock is running down. He's a clock manager.
I told Harrison Kaiser, how about that field goal he tried right before the half with his kicker? I think it's Reeder. His last name's Reeder. I think it's Ethan or Evan Reeder. Tried that long kick, about a 60-yard field goal. He didn't make it, but they found out what this kid's range was like, and if they want to try it later, they can. But they won some points. They went for points later.
And you're right. Not only that, what I looked at out of that built that team confidence because he said, we're going to try this. We've got a kicker. I want everybody to watch this. We're going to put this. We're going to try this. And that was momentum. Even he missed it.
Yeah, the crazy thing was he missed it, but he was actually close.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
gave the team confidence to see
that's
close
right.
that guy.
That's right. Yeah. And that's all Northern need was like a yo-yo. Just get that string and come back.
And they had the ball to start the second half, and I guarantee you, they did score. And they took like 8 minutes and 45 seconds off that third quarter clock.
They took the clock with them.
What a drive.
They took the clock with them. And when you take the clock, put it in your locker room, the other team don't know what time it is, how much time on the clock. They don't know what you're doing. So that's what Coach Roscoe was up to. And that's a veteran coach. That's why he have a handful of state championship rings.
How about this Hillside Dudley game on Friday? We're going to be there checking it out, and we expect Hillside to give Dudley a challenge. And it's going to be good for them. They need a challenge.
Yeah, Dudley need a challenge, a fourth game of the season. This is always a pivotal part of the Dudley Panthers. Coach Davis loved this game. And anytime you interview Coach Davis, and he'll tell you, this is the game they're going to determine a lot for the Dudley Panthers. They play Hillside close and let Dudley know what their flaws are, let Dudley know how to strategize. And they build from that. They build from that Hillside game and continue to run on.
Interesting. A couple of years you missed this game because you had to go to South Carolina. I did it with the L.A. Logan over at Dudley. And that night, Emmanuel Mosley, that was kind of his coming out party as a quarterback. I remember he scored a nice run late in that game, man. He had a good night that night. I think that's the night he kind of took charge of that team. And as a quarterback, Dudley became his team during that game.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm certainly going to bring this up tomorrow night. I heard in a Coach Davis interviews during the summer, he said each Dudley team need to have their own identity. Players need to have they identify themselves as Dudley players because the Mosleys are gone. all of those guys are gone, and he don't like nobody to be in the shadow of others, and that's a good thing because, like you said, now. As I always say, a star is born on that Dudley team. Any given night, a star is born.
Absolutely. Malik Mosley now, by the way, is at Winston-Salem State. That Southern Gopher running back.
Right.
He's the Rams. Winston-Salem State came from Old Dominion.
Old Dominion back to Winston-Salem. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a good place to be.
What do you think about a good place to be? Would it be Chapel Hill on Saturday for A&T? Good place to be?
Well, it won't be a good place to be. Chapel Hill coming off that loss to the old ball coach, Steve Spurrier. And they played a great game. They put up a hard-fought ball game in A&T, and that's going to be good for A&T to go in, and that's an endowment game. Payday for them. It's going to be great, and the experience is going to be good. But it's going to be hard to beat.
What about this game tonight between the Steelers and the Patriots? Who do you like in that one?
I have to go with the Steelers. A lot is coming out on the Patriots of cheating scandals, or not only deflated football, but how they spied on practices,
Spygate.
Yeah, Spygate, absolutely, almost like Watergate, right? Sending employees in to watch practice, and during the game, their defense is set up for every play the offense run, almost like they know. So that's got to be Spygate.
They say guys are checking the garbage cans for playbooks, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah,
Back when I was in high school, the coach would give us a playbook first week for every game. We had that thing, had our number on it, had our name on whatever. End of the week, got to give it back. You lose that playbook in high school, you may as well go down to Forbes and Dick or go down to George Brothers Funeral Service and say, if you got a room in the back, I'm going to check in because I'm gone, man. You lose that playbook in high school, you were a dead man.
Right. And you're talking about Spygate. When I was over at Smith, the year that Eric E. Braun was coming on the rise, Coach Braun used to have coaches. We used to have to go out to the gate and literally check and see who was out. And you notice on Thursdays, when you go to a practice field on Thursday, a lot of the coaches taking their kids in the gym now because that's when you're getting your game plan together on Thursdays. Or you will have different colored jerseys. No one would know who's who. And that's what we used to do at Smith. We used to have all the kids around in a circle and running the plays that couldn't nobody see what you was doing.
That crowd.
Getting it together, yeah, absolutely.
What about Greensboro College playing Bridgewater? You know where Bridgewater is located? We decided to Virginia. What town? Any idea?
Bridgewater, I think Bridgewater is on the outskirts. Newport News or something. I'm not sure.
It's right near Harrisonburg, Virginia, not too far from James Madison. Do you know who the starting quarterback is for the Guilford College Quakers? He was with us last week.
Yeah, Matt Bilowski.
They got it. Good job, Dennis. Good job sticking on that. What about, we talked about this before, I can throw that to Steve Smith, we talked about it tons of times. What about Hakeem Nicks? Should they get Hakeem Nicks for the Panthers? He was let go last week. Dave Gettleman's the Panthers GM. He was GM for the Giants when Nicks and those guys won the Super Bowl. What about get that guy?
Well, you and I talk each week. It seemed like to me the Panthers may be content, but yeah, you will need someone. You have one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and you're going to need some targets. So why not go with Nicks? Nicks had a pretty good attitude, pretty good
Tar Heel one time, he came out of Charlotte Independence.
Absolutely, Carolina man.
Fair starts tomorrow. You're going to get the hot dog, going to get the chicken, going to get the fish, going to get the cotton candy, ice cream, a brownie with icing on top. Among those, which one? Just
hot
one.
Dog. I'm a hot dog.
Hot dog, man. I like the brownie with icing on top. Good energy. Let's go. What about favorite part of the fair?
Favorite part of the fair for me now, since I'm older, have to be the food.
The food, okay. No. What about the State Fair in Raleigh? Have you been?
I've never been to a State Fair.
Gotta go. It's unreal. Unreal. I wrote that on my paper. It is unreal. What about favorite dog name?
Favorite dog name, I'm going to have to go back to Thor. That's was my first dog, a pit bull named Thor, yeah.
Not bad. Okay, dead for thirst. Do you drink the Gatorade, the Pepsi/Coke? Do you drink the water? Do you drink the tea? What do you do?
Water.
End of the line, water.
Water,
End
yes,
of the line. Real quick for Dennis here. Top players in the county so far this season.
Top players in the county.
Give me two.
We've got, I will go with C.J. Freeman, and I will have to go with Nigel Peele.
I knew you were going to say Poole. That's good. Yeah, you like that. That's good. That's good.
And that was one of the athletes, and from the 7th grade. I'm like you always give me names. Watch out for Nigel Peele. Watch out for Nigel Peele.
Keep close watching that young man. Southeast at Northwest, who you take?
Northwest will bounce back, as Nathan gave you the word redemption.
Redemption, Rob.
Northwest didn't play a bad game, and so Northwest.
Northwest got to get that running game going. Got to get Finney back in there, hopefully. Grimsley at Central. What about that one?
I'll have to go with Central.
What about you got Smith and Southern Guilford?
I have to go with Smith.
Andrews and Reedsville, up at Reedsville. Big one for both these guys.
Have to go with Andrews.
Going Andrews to beat
Yeah,
Reedsville.
go with Andrews to beat Reedsville.
Big upset there.
Yeah.
Okay, final word or two.
Because we was looking for Reedsville
Yeah, I know.
to beat the first game.
Yeah, they played Rockingham County close,
Yeah.
too. What about the Panthers, Jacksonville?
Got to go with the Panthers.
Big?
Going with the Panthers.
They're going to be looking good.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Hope
Yes,
that's
sir.
a good start there. Let's see here. Best team nickname there is out there today. Best team. It could be high school, college, pro,
I have to go with
professional.
the Panthers. I have to go with the Panthers.
Panthers best.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about the Dirt Dogs? You like that nickname, Dirt Dogs?
Dirt Dogs. Yeah, that's a.
Danville Dirt Dogs, Dudley Dirt Dogs, Danbury Dirt Dogs, the Dirt Dogs. That's just top name, if you ask me, Dirt Dogs. Okay. You're going to be at Dudley Hillside tomorrow. Where are you going to be Saturday? What game?
No game Saturday. TV.
What about Sunday? TV?
TV. Yes, TV. TV all weekend.
Dennis, you're going to be on the TV. We're going to do the old TBA. TBA, to be announced. Your time, you'll join us next week. Thanks for being here.
Always a pleasure.
Refresh us
man.
one more time. We close it out tonight with Dennis, the gentleman that passed away, Worth Holloman,
Worth
passed away
Holloman.
today.
Yeah, Worth Holloman passed away today. It is with great sadness that our Carruthers and Roth
Law firm.
team announced the loss of a friend and colleague, L. Worth Holloman Jr., who passed away today after a brief illness. Worth was the director and shareholders. Wow. That's a big title for him. He worked hard everywhere. Everybody loved him. A lot of friends sending in their condolence. He was a native of Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, like I told
Pittsburgh,
you.
North Carolina.
Northwood High School, yeah.
He earned a BS, Business Administration,
North Carolina?
and JD from, Juris Doctorate degree from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Don Moore Alba Model. And he was admitted to North Carolina Bar in 1974. So yeah, he's a couple of years older than you. He was involved in a wide range of professional and civic and charitable organizations. He was a member of the Triad Real Estate Association, Building Industrial Coalition, and a member and past chair of Greensboro Merchants Association. And we all know that he was the big man for the Greensboro Sports Council.